Hi, I'm Ajero, and in this supplemental video, I want to show you the software that I use to do my live broadcasts of my students' piano recitals. This includes using the YouTube live streaming service, as well as the WireCast Play software. If you have a YouTube account set up, then what you want to do is you want to go to the Creator Studio. And if your account is in good standing, then you should see this area where you have live streaming capabilities like so here. All right, and then they're nice enough to have this live streaming checklist, and what you need is some encoding software in order to set up your video. There are ways, of course, to just do like a Hangouts on air and directly to YouTube there, but in order for you to use, like, let's say the Sony video camera that I showed in my previous video, you'll need to have some encoding software set up here. And here they have a guide to encoding, which you can click on. They have links to all these different software programs, and the one that I use is this WireCast Play. There's a free version available that I did. Now, before doing this, I actually thought that the WireCast Play was for free, and it is for free, but then they'll put a watermark on top of it to anyone who downloads it who hasn't owned it before here. So which is a bit of a shame there, but you know, I know they have to make their monies here. But what most of you are probably interested in is this WireCast Play, which is has no watermark, and that's kind of the version that I'm showing to you. They used to offer it for free, but I think so many people were using it there that they felt that they needed to make money, and they should, because it's a really good software program to have, and it shows some of the features that they have as far as this WireCast Play is concerned, and it is available for both Mac and Windows. Now, once you have the WireCast Play software set up, what I do is I set up an event like so, and it says you don't have any upcoming events, so I schedule a new event. And you could run some tests like this here, so I'm just going to say test broadcast, and I'm going to set it again for today. You could set an end time. This is just a test. Then you can set up some tags such as piano, live, recital. Now here, if you want to make it public to anyone to see, you set it as public, or more commonly, you might want to set it up as an unlisted live broadcast. And for unlisted, people will need to have the web address or the URL for the live broadcast in order to do so here. All right. As I mentioned earlier, you could just do it through the Google Hangouts on Air, but what I use in order to use my external camera is this custom more encoding options. Right. I want to go into the advanced settings. If you want to enable live chat, you can. You can also automatically block spam messages here. Set the category and the location for where you are, and English is there. You can set the recording date for today, and then there's other options that you don't necessarily have to mess with here. This is one feature that I really love, is this enable DVR. For viewers who will be able to seek back a maximum of 4 hours while you're streaming. I don't know how many of you are going to be actually live streaming for more than 4 hours, but what I love about this feature is if someone tunes into the live broadcast, let's say 5 or 15 minutes late, they can rewind, and even as you are live broadcasting, they can go back to the beginning of the event and watch it as if it was live there as well there. Okay, and then I also go ahead and click create event here. That creates my event. You can add a thumbnail, like for example, if I want to add there's this image that I created of Olivia on her recital, although this one says the program will begin shortly there, but you'll get the idea as far as that's concerned. But you can put any image there with some text in order to let them know that they're at the right place here. Okay. Enable bitrate. Now this depends on the speed of your internet connection here. All right, so we have a relatively fast internet connection, and usually YouTube does a good job of setting up various encoding options don't mean to get so technical here, but if you have a really fast internet connection and you're outputting 1080p video, then I go for the biggest one here. But the setting that I generally use here is the 720p, and here you need at least to have a 1500 to 4000 kilobits per second ingestion rate here. So, and if you don't know what that means, that's okay. I don't know if I really know what it means either here. And then it says to select your encoder. I select WireCast for YouTube, and then I don't need to enable captions here. I go ahead and click Save Changes, and then I can go back to my event manager, and there's my test broadcast here. Again, if I click on that, this is what people, if you give them the address, this is the address for that particular broadcast, and if they come in early, then they come to this particular screen where it says watch the live stream. It will be starting in 24 minutes or in a few days, whichever one that you go to here. As the person who's creating the live broadcast, I can go to my live control room. And then here, yeah, again, live control room. It says, we are not receiving data from your encoder. Please make sure it is configured correctly in the ingestion settings page here. So it's configured correctly. What I need to do is go into my WireCast Play software. And I have this set up here. I have a blank shot that I can just have a blank screen here. And then I also have my Ultra Studio Mini recorder. That's my Sony video camera that's running through the Blackmagic box that I showed in the previous video here. There's a couple things that I need to set up here in order to be ready to broadcast. One is I go into the output menu and go into output settings. And then here it has YouTube. So what I want to do is I want to authenticate my credentials. I actually already have them saved here, so I'm going to log in as myself here. It gives you, it just more of a security issue here where WireCast would like to manage your YouTube account. It's, I believe, safe here, so I go ahead and click allow, and then it puts in my credentials. If it asks you to put in your password, then you would of course need to do so here. Now you have to select the event that you want to send out this video that I have going through WireCast Play going through here, and I set up a test broadcast earlier here for March 28th, so I'm going to go ahead and select that here. And then I'm going to go ahead. Oh, you can check your encoding options. Now this should match up with whatever that you set up here. I'm setting up for 720p, which is still high definition video, and it shows the bit rate here. I don't even know what some of this stuff means here as far as, oh, the location. Nothing really that you want to concern yourself with here. So I go ahead and click play here. Now if I don't want to show this, I could show either the blank shot here by clicking on this shot here over there. And remember that picture that I showed earlier of that had the text here? I can also add a picture shot like this and go ahead and find my Olivia recital here. And then now I can have this showed when people log in early so that they know that, oh wow, I think it's working here because he says the program will begin shortly here. And then I can, when I'm ready to go to live to the recital hall, then I can go into this shot here. And then if I want another particular message, I can set up another picture shot that will say the program has ended. You know, you can do stuff like that as far as that's concerned here, okay? And then it really is as simple as you see the stream button. I go ahead and click the stream button, and then the red means that I'm sending that information. There's this little bar here on the top right that just shows how well my connection is and also how intensive it is on my CPU, on my computer, how because it takes a lot of processing power in order to do this stuff going on here. So if I go back into here, notice how that red symbol went away here. Now it says that I've already started my encoder here. It says my stream status is good, the health is good. And I go ahead and click preview. And it says, are you sure you want to preview this live content? It may take a few seconds to process your stream, so I go ahead and click OK. we're preparing your live stream. Please wait a moment. So I can go ahead and click Start Streaming, and it will ask me, are you sure you want to start streaming the live event? I go ahead, OK. And we will wait a few seconds, and here it gives me the indication that you are live here. Now, how do we know that we're live here? Here is a public view of what people are seeing. You can even have a live chat going on here, but I forgot. I think I may have disabled that or not there. And here is the live broadcast going on. Now, when I go into WireCast, where's my WireCast here? Oops. Here's my, I only have it set up on this particular shot here, okay? So what I can do is, when I'm ready to go live, I go, and now I'm at the piano, like so here. And that's what's going to be broadcast here. If I switch back to YouTube, now there's already automatically, I believe, depending on how fast your internet connection is, like a 30-second delay or a 40-second delay, but we'll see that it will shift over to the piano shot there. Okay, so that's what's going on. And then when I'm ready to stop streaming, then I just simply click on the Stop Streaming button here. It says, are you sure you want to stop streaming the live event? You will not be able to restart. Just say OK. And then we go ahead and we stopped. And then also I want to go back into WireCast and then click the stream button again to stop sending information to YouTube, although YouTube wasn't broadcasting it to begin with there. I probably should have switched over to a blank shot or something like that there before signing off to warn the audience there. And what's cool is, even right after you get done here, if people go back to that live broadcast page, and you can turn this particular setting off as well, but you can go back and view on the watch page here, and it already has the video up for what I broadcast, which was pretty much nothing. Okay, but yay, there's my piano studio without anyone playing piano. And hopefully you have more exciting broadcast than what I just did there. And that's really all there is to it as far as that's concerned. You can go back into there and go into completed broadcasts, and then if you want to delete it, and go ahead and click delete. If you don't want to save it, if there was a really bad broadcast going on and you don't want to save it, it's just simple as saying click yes, I want to delete that video, and it's gone there. Now, I hope those videos were helpful in you getting started with doing some live broadcasting in your piano studio. Remember, if you want to read the full article, you can go to claviercompanion.com if you aren't already subscribed to the Clavier Companion magazine. Also, if you want to connect with me through various social networks, I'm not too hard to find, and I'd be happy to help you out with any other technologically oriented questions as it relates to piano and piano pedagogy. Thanks a lot, and keep on practicing. Bye.